Hello everyone, my name is Sandra Jabra and I will be discussing debate number 4, side B, which reads as, due to human rights abuses and bombings in Yemen, the US should not continue to support Saudi Arabia with weapons or other military help. Now, I think just to start us off, it's important to note that this has been an ongoing kind of issue for the past 6 years now, and it kind of revolves around one main rebel group known as the Houthis, who took control of the capital in late 2014. Okay, so to fully understand this conflict, I think it's important to go a little bit back on the timeline, just so we can kind of understand how Yemen has gotten to the point they're at today in the crisis. Now, starting off, longtime authoritarian President Ali Abdullah Saleh was forced to hand his power to Abdrabbuh Mansour Hadi in 2011. And within the start of Hadi's presidency, he faced numerous problems, including unemployment, corruption, and ongoing loyalty to former President Saleh. Okay, so before we continue on, I think it's important to note where each president stood religiously. So with former President Saleh, he was a Zaydi Shiite, but he had the support of Sunni leaders, and President Hadi now was a Sunni. Okay, so with going back to the timeline, since President Hadi was facing challenges and abundance of issues within the country, the rebel group Houthis, who were a part of Yemen Zaydi Shia Muslim minority, were able to kind of take advantage of this, and they invaded. Then on did President Hadi have to flee for safety, and the Houthis were in control and they were gaining power fast. Okay, so now that we're all caught up, let's go to the actual issue. Saudi Arabia, with the help of the US, got involved in order to drive out the Houthis, and some of this kind of included in the form of air campaigns. Now, to actually understand why Saudi got involved in the first place, I think it's important to note that Saudi, who were Sunnis, were convinced that this rebel group was backed by Iran, who were Shiites. However, researchers, including an individual named Thomas Juneau, a former analyst at Canada's Department of National Defense, clarified that the Houthis did not receive any significant support from Iran before Saudi decided to intervene in 2015. Now, those actually getting hurt in the whole process are the citizens of Yemen. The UN has gotten to the point where they've stopped counting the civilian death toll after it hit 10,000, and this was over 2 years ago. Yemen alone is one of the poorest countries, and after the crisis and constant bombings, according to The Atlantic, has left 22 million people, which is about 75% of the population, in need of humanitarian aid. Now, instead of the US government contributing to this, especially since there's already hesitation on approval, anything kind of Yemen and Saudi related between branches, and a public disapproval on how we're handling it, President Trump has been doing the complete opposite. Then this kind of led to, in late 2017, the House had to invoke the 1973 War Powers Act, and this is a resolution to limit the US president's ability to increase military actions abroad. So even within our own government system, we're taking measures to decrease our involvement. I mean, ultimately, this has been an ongoing war for years now, and our military aid has not proved to help. But instead, it's shown that innocent people are getting hurt in the process. There will be continued disagreements within the Middle East of countries who are Sunni and countries who are Shia, and I don't believe that it is the US's job to get involved and fuel one side. Furthermore, as presented earlier, Iran didn't get involved or send any of its support until Saudi used violent measures to begin with. Within the US, there's a large public disapproval for involvement as well. Violence on violence isn't going to solve anything. And to further add to my point on not continuing to support in the form of military aid, The Atlantic also included that Saudi Arabia will consider a peace process with the rebel group in Yemen if the US indicates that we don't support an open-ended war. However, if we continue to support the idea and send aid, this will play out kind of like how it's been for the past few years, and civilians will continue to get hurt. The US has the influence and power to kind of draw this out, and we should take advantage of this and at least start a peace process to stop all the violence within the country. Thank you.